Good day everyone! So today we are going to create or draw our own triangles and quadrilaterals using our ruler. So if you don't have a ruler, you can use might as well the set square because we will be needing the straight edge of it and the measurements in centimeters plus a protractor. So we have here an example of a given which it says draw a triangle DEF with the following measurements. So the triangle that we are going to draw should have an angle DEF with 45 degrees angle EFD with 30 degrees angle, and line EF with 6 centimeters length. The 2 points, which are E and F, will be the line, while EFD will be the angle, F as the vertex, and DEF with E as the vertex. So step 1, draw a line of 6 centimeters and name it EF. So we will be starting with this one. So you let us draw a horizontal line measuring 6 centimeters. So let's start from here. Draw a line of 6 centimeters. So this is the actual measurement. So these will be named as EF. Step 2, use a protractor to draw angle DEF, which is 45 degrees, and angle EFD, which is 30 degrees on the same side of the line EF. Let's start with the angle DEF, which is 45 degrees. So I'll be putting the center with the baseline and mark where the 45 degree angle is. Now I'll be using the inner scale because 0 is there. So 45 degrees is between 40 and 50. So I'll mark it here. So as you have learned before how to draw angle, you need to connect the mark with the point where you had started it. So let us connect them. Okay, let us make the line longer. Okay, so that we can connect it later on with the side here. So we shall name this point as D. So for this one, we were able to create the 45 degree angle DEF. Third step, we are also going to create and measure angle EFD, F as the vertex, with a 30 degree angle. So this time, I am going to put the center here, okay, and align it in the baseline and mark where the 30 degrees is. So at this point, I'm using the outer scale because there is the 0. So it's 0, 10, 20, 30. So I'll be putting my mark here in the 30 degrees. Okay. Now that means to say that from this point, we are going to connect it in the point F. So let us connect it. So therefore, our triangle is already complete. So the point will be here. Okay, but there is no need to put a point because you know already that this mark vertex. So this measures 30 degrees. Here is another example. Okay, the next one would be draw a triangle with the following measurements. This time, there are 2 lines which measurements are given. We have YZ. Okay, now you have to remember that 2 letters represent a line. We have YZ 5 cm, XY 3 cm, and an angle XYZ that measures 50 degrees. Step 2, use a protractor to draw an angle of 50 degrees at Y. you now have to remember that y is the vertex, so your angle should be here at 50 degrees angle, and then draw line xy later. Okay, so you have to do this one first, so we will be able to draw the 3 cm xy later. So how to draw the angle? First, you have to put the center, okay, at the vertex and align with the baseline. Okay, you can align it, and then let us mark a 50 degree angle. So the inner scale shows 0. Okay, start from 0 using the inner scale. 50 degrees angle is right here, so I'll be marking it here. And then, so this should be called x. Okay, the point here should be x, but this is not the permanent place of the x, because we still need to do the 3 cm x to y, meaning let us connect x and y together, but this should measure 3 cm. So we will be needing our ruler, okay, with the cm. It should be 3 cm. So you just align the point or the vertex y with the x, but make sure that you only measure it 3 cm. So 3 cm is until here only. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll not extend it anymore. But yeah, even if we didn't extend it, you know that it is aligned with the 50 degrees angle a while ago. And then just connect here. This is the x now. And connect the point here with the z. Okay, so you remember the y to z is 5 cm. And x to y is 3 cm. Angle xyz, angle xyz is 50 degrees angle. This time we are going to construct quadrilaterals, and first up is a square. Of course, it has 4 points, A, B, C, D, with side 5 centimeter. Why there is only one measurement? Because a square has 4 equal sides. So first, you need your ruler. Draw a line of 5 centimeters and we shall name it AB. So the first 2 points, we'll be using it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget to name it AB. Step 2. Using a protractor, draw perpendicular lines to AB through point A and point B respectively. Use a ruler later to measure it to 5 centimeters. So let us first make perpendicular lines from point A. Okay. So you know perpendicular lines are lines that have exactly 90 degrees angle. So I'll be marking it here. Okay. And so with here, it's very important that you need to draw perpendicular lines, because you know that square has 4 right angles. Okay. Now, let us use our ruler and mark out A. We'll be putting it D here, and for 5 centimeters, and B, we'll be putting C there, also measuring 5 centimeters. So let us measure, aligning that mark, of course. Okay, 5 cm is right here. Okay, and we will we'll name it D. Now this one is also 5 cm. Have to remember. And also on the other side, connecting C to B. Of course, you need to align your mark again to make sure that you got that 90 degrees angle. Here is the 5 cm. Okay, and we shall name it C. And then let's just connect for the third step to join D and C to form a square. Okay, so as you can see, it's also exactly 5 centimeters. So that is your square. with side 5 cm. So this time we are going to construct a rectangle ABCD with the following measurements. From A to B, that's line AB, 8 cm, and from A to D should be 4 cm. So we will be starting by using a ruler, measure and draw a line of 8 centimeters, and we shall name AB. So 8 centimeters long. Step 2, again, use a protractor to draw perpendicular lines to AB through A and B respectively. Then after which, we will use again a ruler to do the A to D 4 centimeter side. So let us create the perpendicular lines first, which tells us a 90 degrees angle. Let us put a mark. Now you know that this mark, we shall call it point D. And so with point B, let us create also another perpendicular line over here. Make sure you align the baseline with your horizontal line. So 90 degrees angle. Okay, and we shall call this name temporarily with point C. Next step, use a ruler and mark A to D with a 4 centimeters length. Okay, so if you are going to measure, it doesn't mean that that mark you will have to reach it until there, because the measurement should only be 4 cm. So align it from 0 and then measure 4 centimeters, but making sure that that point is followed or aligned. So 4 centimeters is just right here. Draw a line from it, and let's put the letter D here. Let us also do same thing on this side, aligning the point or mark which the 90 degrees angle was, and of course measure 4 centimeters length and call this C. And the last step, join D, point D to C to create our rectangle. So see, it's exactly 8 centimeters also. So this one is 4 centimeters. From A to D, 4 cm. From A to B is 8 cm. And you know that this side is also 4 cm. And opposite side is equal to 8 cm. Next example is to construct a parallelogram ABCD, in which AB is 6 centimeters, AD 4 centimeters, and we have angle DAB, which will measure 45 degrees angle. Step 1. Use a ruler, measure and draw a line of 6 centimeters, and let us name it line AB. This will be named as AB with 6 centimeter side. For the step 2, we will be creating the angle DAB with a 45 degree angle. Now that A is the vertex of the angle, so therefore we are going to measure our angle from point A. So you might be mistaken that we'll do the angle in B, but it's not, because A is in the middle. That means that is where the point meets, where D and B, or line D and B, intersect. So we will be creating and measuring our angle from here. Should be 45 degree angle. Put the center right at the point A and align the baseline with your horizontal line, and then mark where the 45 degree angle is. Again, I'll be starting from the 0 and find where the 45 degrees is. It's between 40 to 50, so I will mark it here. And this point will be called D. Okay, temporarily, because we have a measurement of AD. Okay, what is that AD? That means that we are going to create line AD. So for this time, we are going to use our ruler. And he should have to measure 4 cm. Now in measuring, you need to align, of course, the mark that you had created for the 45-degree angle. So 4 cm, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be here. So this would be 4 cm. And this will be the permanent mark for point D. Now, as the name indicates, parallelogram, there should be parallel lines. Okay, so don't forget this one was a 45-degree angle. We already made D, A, B, 45-degree angle. So that's done. And so with the A, B, it's already done. Now the problem is, let us create our parallelogram. So when you say parallelogram, it should be parallel. Now how do you do it? Now of course you will be needing your set squares. Okay, how to draw parallel? So you need the ruler or the straight edge of a ruler. If you don't have, you might as well use the other triangle you have. And position one side of your set square here. Okay, and then you know what should you do? So you will get a parallel line with this side. So you will just have to slide it. Slide until you reach the point B. It's there. So make sure there is no overlapping again. Again, I'll repeat. From this side, I am following the side AD. And I'm aligning my ruler, the straight edge of it, with the set square. I'll be sliding it downwards until point B. And then draw a line of 4 centimeters later. We will measure. Okay, just go ahead and draw a line. And then afterwards, get your ruler and measure 4 centimeters. Because this side should have equal length with here. So it's until here. I'll mark it and I shall name it point C. For the last step, just connect point D to C to create your parallelogram. Okay, so that is a parallelogram with angle 45 degrees, DAB, and then side AD 4 cm, and side AB with 6 cm. This time we are going to create a rhombus, ABCD, with the following measurements. Line AB of 5 centimeters, and angle DAB with a 30-degree angle. Step 1. Using a ruler, measure and draw a line of 5 centimeters, and we shall name it AB. Step 2. Using a protractor, draw line AD such that DAB is equal to 30 degrees. A is the vertex, so we will be measuring our angle from point A. Mark it where the 30 degrees is. We'll be using the inner scale, and the 30-degree angle is right here. And this one will be point D. Now this is temporary because we need to connect D and A together. D and A together should have to measure also 5 centimeters. Now you know that a rhombus, all the sides have equal length. So let us measure 5 centimeters in this. make sure that you need to align your mark on the line that you are going to create connecting A and D. So it's here. So this will be the permanent mark for D, and this angle measures 30 degrees. So for this, we were able to create line AB at 5 centimeters, angle D, AB with 30 degrees angle, and this line AD also measures 5 cm. Step 3. Using set square and the ruler, we will draw line BC here such that BC is parallel to line AD. Now the one that we are going to create here should be parallel with line AD. When you say parallel, they have the same distance from beginning to end, and the lines are going in the same direction. And of course, take note of this length. It should be equal to 5 cm. So first, align the stretch edge of one square or one triangle on line AD. Okay, we'll be using like this position. And then align the straight edge of your ruler or other set square and just slide it downwards to create parallel lines. So create, if you need to adjust it, it's okay. Okay, it's right here. Okay, we'll be adjusting it. You keep just adjusting, but make sure that the set squares are not overlapping. And then mark, just go ahead and draw a line, a long line, and then measure later. The measurement should be 5 cm. So 5 cm is until here. I had aligned it, of course, from point B until here is 5 cm, and we shall call it point C. Then last step will be to connect line point DC to create line DC. So this one will be your rhombus with sides 5 centimeters and a 30 degrees angle of DAB. For the last example, we are going to construct or draw a trapezoid ABCD in which side DC is parallel to side AB. Now you have to remember that in a trapezoid there is only one pair of sides parallel. Okay, we are going to consider the following measurements. AB with 8 centimeters length, angle DAB, A as the vertex with a 75 degree angle, line AD 4 centimeters, and line DC 3 centimeters. Using a ruler, measure and draw a line of 8 centimeters, and we shall name it AB. For the step 2, we are going to create angle DAB with a 75 degree angle. Of course, you need to align again the center right here at point A, aligning with the baseline with the horizontal line you have drawn a while ago, and should be measuring to 75 degrees angle. So the inner scale is starting from 0. 75 is between 80 to 70, so the mark should be here. And this point will be D. D and A as the vertex, and B would be the other arm. Okay, and let us just draw a temporary line connecting it to show the angle we created with the 75 degree angle. Since we already have finished angle DAB and also AB with 8 centimeters, we are now ready to connect AD measuring to 4 cm. So connected A and D, let's just measure 4 centimeters from it and draw the point D permanently. It's right here. And this point will be D. For the next step, we will be using set square and the ruler. For this time, I'll be using 2 set squares. Draw line DC such that DC is parallel to AB. So the parallel side should be AB with DC. So the lines should be like this, same direction where the AB is. So the C is temporarily here. So how should we do that? So first, you can align your set square on line AB and then put the straight edge of your ruler or the other set square against each other. No overlapping, and to be able for you to create parallel lines, parallel horizontal lines, just slide it up until you reach point D. And then draw a line. Okay, this will be a temporary line again because there is a measurement. D to C should be 3 cm. So we'll be using the ruler and measure 3 cm of it. 1, 2, 3. So it should be here. So point C is right here. We can now erase the temporary line. Now for the last step, let us join now point B to C to create our trapezoid. So this is our trapezoid with line AB 8 centimeters, angle DAB 75 degrees, line AD 4 cm, and line DC 3 cm.